Hello everyone, my name is Ash, and welcome to my crafting corner. Today is somewhat special to me, as it's Goku from Dragon Ball, more specifically when he goes Super Saiyan for the first time. The skin tone I used here was a lighter version than I normally use. It worked for what I wanted, but I'm currently trying a different way to do a base layer before applying any skin paint, and so far I'm really liking how it looks. This was one of the coolest and most badass things I've seen in anime. It's sort of amazing how much this single moment in a manga and anime changed the world. I can't think of any real shonen manga now that don't use this as a base for their own power-ups. Goku's outfit is just so iconic in the world that even if you just see a tiny bit of it, you can tell who it is, almost instantly. And it's only just one color too. Orange, and lots of it. Like, I lost count of how many layers I had to do to really bite up the color. I have a crap ton of orange paint, so even if I have to use lots, it's not a problem. I'm curious if there's a better color I could do before applying the orange paint to help it show better. The belt sash on Goku is just blue. I'm lucky I had some of my higher price blue because it just worked out for perfectly here. The lower part on the body is the torn GI on him, the same blue as before. When I learned that Toriyama sensei had died, that hurt my heart so much. I grew up watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It was so fun to try and do a Kamehameha. I am 100% sure that anyone who has watched or read it has tried it at least once, and if they say they haven't, they are lying. His torn shirt on the wrists are also blue. Not a huge color variation in Goku's clothing, thankfully. For the yellow on the boots, since it's a brighter color onto that dark blue, it takes a few coats to get a really nice even layer on it. I use a hairdryer to help the paints dry faster, since I don't want to wait that long. You can see here how nice the yellow looks once it's all evened out. I used a crimson red for the rope on the boots. It really pops and makes it look alive. So here's a part that I wanted to try out. I'm using chalk pastels, and I shave the red down into a powder, and then I want to have it go between the muscles to create a shadow effect. The problem though is this stuff just went everywhere I didn't want it to. I should have used a much finer brush when removing the extra on it, the muscles. I left this in because I think it's a good idea to show the errors and mistakes I made and that I want to learn from them. Now, this part was a lot of work, building up the little cuts and scratches all over his body. What really pissed me off was all the ones on his chest. The footage got corrupted while I was transferring them from my phone to my PC, so sadly. I got nothing to show for it. All of these scratch marks, I first used a crimson red paint as the base, but it didn't look right in my mind. It was almost too light in color, which is strange since the red turns really dark. So when I was out doing some things in town, I stopped by my hobby shop and they were having a buy two, get one free paints, and I noticed that they had blood red paint that was exactly what I wanted. So with the new paint, I tried it out on the cuts and it worked perfectly for what I had in mind. Super Saiyan hair, it's so simple, yellow. That's it. Just gotta build it up so it will show, and getting into all those spots sucks. His eyebrows are the same way, just build it up over a few layers is all. I am so happy. His eyes are so damn easy compared to some other figures. Green and well green. This is what I did all over his body for the scratches. The model actually has them cut into it, so all I had to do was fill them in. And with that all done, it's on to the glamour shots. This turned out so much better than I thought it would. With the pants, I used a very watered down brown paint to create some depth and shadows in the folds of the pants. I think it really adds some nice shading and details to them. Otherwise, it's just orange. I want to thank all the new people who have been subscribing to the channel recently. As of this video, we are about to hit 800 subscribers. That's a lot of people. My year-end goal was actually to hit 500 subs. But we broke that a while ago. I guess the next goal is to hit 1,000 subs. This would hit one of the milestones for allowing ads on the videos. I'm not 100% sure if I want ads, even though that would mean some income to help balance out the cost of materials and whatnot. I guess when and if it ever gets to that point, I'll just ask everyone what they think about it, and if they are okay with there being ads, or if it would be smarter to just make a Patreon instead. That would also stop YouTube from taking like 50% of the profits, which is good.